back to the Fourth Estate Militia Actual Play. Where is Juliet? Was she murdered in her sleep by the very people in her own gang? Or was it something even more nefarious? Was Juliet's player stuck in traffic and late to the game? Well, we decided that we really don't want to begin the murdering without our favorite paranoid hobo, so instead Improv, that quiet gal with a small town upbringing, but a big city desire to live, takes a little time in the spotlight and maybe teaches us all what it means to live, laugh, and forcibly implant cyberware in one of our only friends. It's time to begin episode 72. After he got shot in the head, they stim patched him.
Well, if that's the case, we can actually jump to a little thing I wanted to do with improv the other day. Shortly after you guys got back to the treehouse, we left it that you had kind of helped repair the few people who were actually injured and then cleared off some of the things that were going on. In that entire time, after about a day or two, Copper Cass hasn't woke up. She's still completely passed out. Whereas Red Hot's been awake, Sam is awake, and all the other guys have either been sent off for cyber surgery or have even gotten back in the case of two of them.
Okay.
Is there anything that you want to do, or?
I mean, in the interim, given that I had mentioned last week, would I have been able to pick up some cyber technology?
Yeah, of
Would
course.
that have been possible? I probably would have also picked up bio while I was at it, because it kind of makes sense having both of them here.
I don't think I've ever noticed the biotechnology skill.
Because nobody ever rolls it except for that time where it's like, this guy had some bioware.
Not many people want to play the guy who designs BioWare in Shadowrun. It's not really super exciting.
Yeah, but I've always seen cyberware taken several times, but I've never looked at BioWare.
The granularity of some of the skill trees is a little silly. Artisan covers everything from making a wonderful steak dinner to spray painting a wall, whereas medicine could easily be all of those things and nobody would care.
Yeah.
See, I don't even like having artisan as a skill. I think most of those should actually fall under knowledge skills, personally. But
I just think artisan should require be treated like an exotic skill, require the specialty, or it's specifically artisan cooking, artisan painting, artisan sculpture. Because look, I went to culinary school, man. I know how to cook a souffle. That doesn't mean I can chip marble away and make a statue. It's just my thing.
That's because you only have 1 or 2 ranks. You're not really as good as you think.
Imagine how good that souffle would be if I was even more skilled and I could make a statue or paint a house.
Listen, if you had taken woodworking in high school and gotten that extra rank, you'd be so much better in the kitchen, just saying.
But yeah, I personally think artisan should just be gotten rid of and put under and just have all that stuff as knowledge skills. Anyway, yeah, improv. How much do you like? Do you know if Coppercast had any sort of implants or anything beforehand, before all of this?
I mean, no, I didn't. Again, she's a Baron scavenger, so I would assume, if any, it might be like a used data jack that probably takes 1.5 essence, because when they installed it, the guy was tripping balls off of deep weed or something. If she has anything, it'd be something like that, right? Because Baron scavengers don't really have much access to cyber clinics, right?
Okay, she definitely has a jack. She actually has a few now. She's gone from having just 1 to 3 of them. She appears to have a couple of different. If you actually use a cyberware scanner or something, or put her in the Valkyrie module just to check her over. She actually appears to have a couple of things implemented as far as headwear goes. So a math SPU, a skill jack, a standard skill jack, and again, if you're looking through the Valkyrie module, she actually has a betaware visualizer.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay.
And as far as medicine goes, like it doesn't pick up there being any sort of obvious medical reason of why she's not waking up. It just appears that she's in a coma for some sort of reason.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's not really much for me to do if that's the case, right? I mean, I suppose I can try and DC to her visualizer and see what was on it.
It's up to you.
Sure, fuck it. Do I need to do some exploratory surgery?
No, you can just direct connect something into her visualizer.
Sure. I will do that. Just let me know what you need from me at any point.
No, give me just a second because I want to make sure I'm doing this properly. Okay. From the visualizer, are you plugging in your CyberDeck, Comlink?
Cyberdeck, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when you plug into her visualizer, your CyberDeck immediately switches over into some sort of program that actually allows you to like sketch out stuff or take pictures or something like that, and immediately things being drawn on it, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It goes through. It almost looks like it's being drawn by an etch and sketch at first when you're first looking at it, but then it begins picking up speed, going faster and faster and faster. Can you actually make me a logic plus intuition test?
Sure.
It's difficult to exactly tell what's going on, but it looks a lot like what the images from your radar scanner appear to be. More like wireframes and rough drawings than exact details. And what's going through it? It almost looks like a. But do you have like any sort of like Matrix games knowledge skills or anything like that?
Matrix games, no. I have general Matrix. But other than that,
Yeah, do that at a -2.
sure.
This is very hard to again. Like you're not 100% sure what this could be. Like you occasionally like get like the vague outlines of something that appears to look like a person or like a car or something. A car or something goes by. 1 or 2 seconds, a picture of almost what looks like a wireframe octopus or something, or like a star with some sort of like two triangle pyramid things in the middle, snapping at it. Do you have her like hooked up to a bio monitor? Do you still have her in the Valkyrie module as you're doing this?
Probably in the Valkyrie, because that way, if like I fucked up trying to get to her implants and cut into her brain, this thing could stabilize her, right? We know
Okay.
we have the nice auto dock going.
When this octopus thing, when this star-shaped thing pops up on your on the screen with a visualizer, her heart rate skyrockets up until seconds. It just kind of explodes into what almost looks like pieces of wire that just kind of explodes away from the screen out and away.
Hmm.
And after a few minutes, are you running silent here at all?
I mean, I probably would be. Let's be honest, because I mean, we're
You
in our own.
wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't be.
Probably not. I mean, we're in our own facility here, right? There's no reason to make it harder to do work when you're in your own facility. And so since I wouldn't be wireless on because I'm DC to this thing, there wouldn't be any reason for me to be silent, at least as far as I'd be concerned, right?
Okay. And you've only been looking at this for probably a minute or two. And across the screen, and again, like in like very thin wired lettering, again, like think like etch and sketch almost. It just says, "Help me," comes across very briefly, and then again, like various images begin just swooping by.
Okay. Uh, would I be able to make like a computer roll or a software roll to try to figure what's going on?
Software would probably be the best idea, or would probably be the most fitting. With you being hooked up to Cass, this is obviously something that she is either sending to you or just to. The best you can guess is like this is something that she's sending to you because there's you don't see like a data like yes she has data jacks but she doesn't have like a comlink or anything on her. She doesn't have um, she doesn't have like a cyberdeck implanted or anything, and This is at best a very basic program, but you're looking at the visualizer, which gives you at best a rough drawing.
Okay. I mean, it's good to know that she's has some like brain agency, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that, right? Because I'm probably like, huh? So she's not dead. I guess that's good. But I don't know how to get her out of this.
What'd you say, Horatio?
Stim patch. Because if
Right.
you're asleep, you
You
just
can go
stim
for it.
him.
No, she's in a coma.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Are you sure? I saw it on the trids. All right, on Naga's on a VTOL. That totally worked when the pilot was out after he got shot in the head. They stim patched him, and then he was able to land the plane.
All right, well, just to shut him up, she'll hit cast the stim patch.
And she doesn't wake up.
Yeah. See, I told you.
Yo, did you try like smacking her in the face a couple times? That also works in the trids.
That's not gonna work.
Oh, we need some cold water. Just flash it on her face.
We're not even gonna answer that one.
Now, do you continue like monitoring the output from the visualizer?
Sure, yeah. I don't have much else to do right now.
Do you have like zoology skill or any like artistic skills or anything like that?
Not really. I have do-it-yourself electronics, but that's basically
Then roll me intuition -1.
sure.
Okay, this is like playing. Yeah, like looking at this, it's almost like playing Pictionary, but of someone who can't draw hardly at all. Like at best, does like stick figures, but the stick figures are obviously moving and whatever they're looking at, and it's like a fish, a shark, some sort of squiggly line, maybe a dolphin. Uh, not sure what that one is. Not sure what that one is. Yeah, Improv. You could be sharing this with everybody. It's up to you.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Because she is not understanding any of this.
Since these kind of look like animals, could I roll zoology for her?
Yeah.
And would the domestic animal spec apply, or just general zoology?
Just general zoology, because I don't know how many of these animals could actually be domesticated.
And 1 hit to help with zoology.
Are you happy with the amount of successes?
If you'll allow me to edge this, I will happily edge this.
Yeah.
Not quite as impressive as I thought it would be, but that's 2 hits.
It's hard to tell what's coming through, and like at best, the most you're able to piece together is like, okay, yeah, that definitely looks like a shark. That's a dolphin. Its tail's obviously like flat instead of up and down. That might be an eel. That maybe a jellyfish.
Yo, is this
That looks
girl?
that looks like a fish with like a stalk coming off the front of its head.
Yo, Improv, is this girl like from Calfree or some dread? Because this is all like Pacific water kind of animals.
I have to admit, she's as confused as I am right now. I don't have the knowledge skills to make sense of this. It's all animals. I can try and do like a search to correlate it or something, right? I can do something like that.
Yeah. And then Improv, would you or Kendall, could you actually make me a logic plus intuition test?
Out of character, did we ever tell as what we found out about that place?
I think you would, but I don't think Azzy knows exactly.
No.
If you
So
guys
at least-
want to update her.
Yeah, at least for the other people we took out of there, they had been rigged with set up so that they could operate biodrones to
Oh,
defend
okay.
that place.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was mostly like what you were told. Like they were rigged up to work with biodrones, and they themselves were actually jumped in and felt most of the experiments of what was actually going on to like everything that was actually being done to these animals and everything. They felt all of it. They were experimented on themselves. They were pushed to see how far they could actually go to withstand pain and pain and all that, and actually like feel the feedback of whatever they're dealing with.
Oh wow, okay. Damn, son.
On that logic plus intuition, I got 2 hits. And if you'll accept it, because this is like some weird dream sequence, computers reading brain stuff, for fantasy and sci-fi trids, have Horatio and I watched any trids with this kind of stuff happening while we were tripping balls late at night?
Horatio, do you want to assist him in this?
Oh, sure, I saw it on the trids.
Yeah, roll, and we'll just conjure both of your successes together here. Kennel and Horatio, as far as like on the trids, there's been stuff like this that you've seen happen. It's very tropey and very cliche, but like normally when somebody's out and they're having some sort of dream sequence, either they're going to wake up on their own, which will take a while, or if people are very impatient, they try to figure out a way to go in and help them.
Yo, Improv, you know how to can you like plug into her brain and like hack her out of there?
I can try.
Because when we Horatio, what were we watching? Techno Zombies at Dawn? Was that it? They had to go in and they had to hack the zombie out of this techno dude's brain before. I mean, I don't know how they brought their handguns with them, but if you can do that, yo, I still got the sweet ass shotgun back in my room.
I mean, it might work. I don't know if this is a dramatically appropriate moment, though, right? Because we don't have the hordes outside yet.
Oh, dang it. Okay, yo, should we get our should we I don't know, you want to go pick a fight and get some bad guys outside?
Yeah. Anything for improv.
All right, Improv. What kind of like we got to build dramatic tension? Like, what's dramatic to you? Like a bunch of like more orcs or like some like knight errant? Like, what do you want outside?
Well, so I think it would probably be something that's like most suited to her, right? So probably. Hold on, I'm gonna do a thing. Okay, it's only 1 hit, but like, where her old haunt was. What were like the main groups that she had to be careful of? You know what I mean?
Copper Cass.
Yeah.
As far as you're aware, she actually spent a lot of time out in the rats,
Okay.
but recently she had been claiming that she'd been fishing stuff out of Lake Sammamish.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, we'll be back. We're gonna go capture a bunch of those mutated fish for you.
Dude, if you want something scary out of the lake, just get Juliet in here. She been hanging out down there a lot. And I don't know anything else is scarier than her right now, but yeah, let's go get some fish,
that
man.
explains the mood swings.
So yeah, Improv. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some like dramatic stuff. If you want to start like hacking into her brain, then like, do you want us just to like throw like the fish on her? Like, is that gonna do this? Cause I don't really remember that movie too well. Man, I was high when we were watching that.
Well, if you guys are connected through the PyTac, then I can get your images directly, right? And I can use those. Right.
Cool. Let's go, Horatio. Let's go fight some fish out of the lake.
Got it.
Well, it was one of the worst experiences of my life, but after approximately 25 and a half hours of travel, we are no longer residents of the beautiful country of Colombia, and instead we live in the Carib League. So goodbye, Amazonia. Hello, Florida. I'm hoping to get things back on schedule. Witnessing as the TSA searched our bags and destroyed half of my audio equipment kind of put me in a bit of a sour mood. But we've got most of the setup rebuilt, just a little more duct tape, a little more extra solder on the edges, and it seems everything's working pretty well. We missed you. We're glad you stuck around, and we'll see you next week.